Hi, Kevin here. I'm getting ready to fix a 19th century cake. Now, the cake is called a Victoria sandwich because it was Queen Victoria's favorite tea time treat. Now, if you want to make this cake, first preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then grease two 8-inch diameter cake pans. And I put parchment paper at the bottom of my pans, but you really don't have to do the paper thing. Just be sure to grease the pans really well. All right, I'll go over the ingredients as we use them. All right, I'm going to mix the cake batter with the help of my stand mixer, but you could absolutely use a large bowl and electric handheld beaters. And the first ingredient is 1 cup, that's 227 grams of room temperature butter. I'm using unsalted butter here. And then to the butter add 235 grams, and that's 1 rounded cup of regular granulated sugar. And then you need to cream the butter and sugar together, starting at low speed and then working up to medium speed. And this is going to take about 4 minutes, so I'll come back when this is all mixed. All right, so I've been creaming the butter and sugar together for about 4 minutes and the mixture looks light and fluffy. So now going to add 4 large room temperature eggs, and it's very important that the eggs be at room temperature. And I'm going to add these one at a time. And the reason you add the eggs one at a time is so that you want to create an emulsification of the eggs and the butter. Start at low speed and then increase the speed until the egg is thoroughly incorporated. Okay, then go ahead and add the next egg. Increase the speed. Egg number 3. And number 4. Okay, now have to scrape down the bowl. And the reason you have to scrape the bowl is because the egg can stick to the bottom and the sides of the bowl. You want everything to be well combined. Okay, we're looking good here. So now I'm going to beat in 1½ teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. And the final ingredient is 2 cups, that's 227 grams, of self-rising flour. Self-rising flour contains baking powder and salt. And you can find this in any supermarket. Not necessarily this brand, but any brand will do. And I'm going to add the flour all at once. And then beat it in, starting at low speed You have to do this at low speed so that flour doesn't fly out of the bowl. And then boost the speed. And you want to mix this just until the flour is incorporated. Let's have a look. Oh, it looks very nice. The batter is very smooth. Yeah, this is one of my favorite cakes. Scrape off the paddle. Make sure all the flour is incorporated. Okay, now I'm going to fetch my cake pans and fill them, and then I'll come right back. All right, so I've divided the batter between the two cake pans, and I'm just smoothing out the top. And then these go into the preheated 350-degree oven until the cake puffs and it pulls away from the walls of the pans. And that's going to take 22 to 25 minutes. We'll come back when these cakes are ready. All right, the cakes are all baked, and I've let them cool on these racks for about 5 minutes. And I wanted to show you how the cake has pulled away from the wall of the pan. That's how you know the cake is done. Now, normally I would put a cooling rack on top and then invert the cake, but if I do that, I'll end up with grid marks on top of the cake, and I don't want those marks. So here's what you do. Take a tea towel, put it on top of the cake, and then flip to invert. And then put the cake on the cooling rack. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with this other cake, and then when the cakes are completely cool, we're going to make the filling, which, where am I? Here I am. We're going to make the filling, which will be strawberry jam and buttercream. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, my cakes have cooled, so now it's time to make the filling. Normally, I fill the cake with whipped cream and strawberry jam, but today I'm going to use buttercream frosting and strawberry jam. I think the buttercream frosting will hold up better if I want to refrigerate the cake. So here's how I make the buttercream. Move you in. And again, I'm going to do this with my stand mixer and the whisk attachment. You can certainly use just a bowl and a handheld whisk or electric handheld beaters. Okay. And first thing we need is 1 stick or 113 grams of room temperature unsalted butter. Okay. Then I have 200 grams, that's 2 cups of confectioners sugar, and I did measure the sugar first and then I sifted it. Actually, I weighed the sugar first, then I sifted it. So 200 grams, and I'm going to add half of this to the butter. And then just start beating, first at low speed, then at high. All right, that only took 30 seconds. So now, and I have some heavy cream here. You could use milk. I'm going to add that if necessary. First, I'm going to add the remaining confectioner's sugar. I'm going to do it this way so I don't make a mess. Have a nice cloud of confectioner's sugar over here. Beat that in. Yeah, you want the buttercream to be of a consistency that you can pipe onto the cake. Well, I'm going to pipe it onto the cake. You could just spread it onto yours. If you're using buttercream, you can even make this cake with, you could fill it with just strawberry or raspberry jam. That's what a lot of people do. And now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of cream. Yeah, you want to add the cream very gradually. So if you add too much, then you'll have to add more confectioner's sugar. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll test this. Oh, it's so delicious. Boy, you can't go wrong with butter and confectioner's sugar. I'm going to add just a little splash of extra cream, maybe a teaspoon. Oh, perfect. I think it's the right consistency to pipe. Okay, let me fetch my piping bag and I'll come right back. All right, here's my piping bag. And what I do is I just put in a normal piping tip. It's not a star tip, although you could use a star tip. And then I put the bag in a vase just to make it easy to fill. Just fold the top of the bag over the sides of the vase. And then add the buttercream. This is very nice. I think buttercream frosting could be a meal all by itself. And you could add vanilla extract to your buttercream if you like. I put so much vanilla in the cake, I just felt that the buttercream didn't need any extra flavoring. I have to use my finger here, sorry about that. Okay, now clear the decks. And then of course you have to force the buttercream to the bottom of the bag, or rather to the top, the tip of the bag. So you just twist the end like this and force it down with the other hand. It's already coming out. Oh, this is terrific. Okay, sorry, I get very excited about some of my baking projects. Okay, now here are the cakes, and what you want to do is choose the cake with the prettiest top, which in this case would be, I guess, this one, and then take the other less attractively topped cake and turn it upside down on a plate, a platter, or in this case, a cake stand. And then take some strawberry jam. You could use raspberry jam. And what I did, I stirred this briskly with a spoon just to make it a little loose. This is about 1.5 cups of strawberry jam. I need a spoon. Center the cake here. And then put on the jam. You want to spread the jam to within, a 1/4 inch or so from the edge. Yeah, this is actually a very easy cake to make. And of course, it's totally delicious. Figure if it was good enough for Queen Victoria, it is good enough for me. Okay. Now, going to pipe on the buttercream, and I'm going to do this in blobs. And I'm starting the blobs right at the edge of the cake. And you just go around and around. Okay, and then you continue making blobs up to the center of the cake. And then keep twisting the end of the bag to force the buttercream towards the tip. I have some buttercream left over, so I'll just add it here. And then you take the other cake, put it top side up, like so. And then you can see the buttercream all around the side. And then push it down just gently. Then the only decoration it needs at this point is some confectioner's sugar over the top. And here it is. Let me move you in. Yeah, just a nice shower of confectioner's sugar. A nice blizzard of confectioner's sugar. Speaking of blizzards, we're supposed to have snow here tonight. Oh boy. And I have my confectioner's sugar in this nice little canister that has a sieve on top. And then has a lid that goes over it. Very convenient. All right, let me fetch a plate and some tea, and then we'll have a slice of the cake. Okay, I wanted to give you a close-up of this cake. Well, I think it looks very attractive. And here's my tea. Here's the teapot. And here's the slice of cake. So it's time for a taste. Here we go. Oh, it's wonderful. It's better than wonderful. All right, this cake is an absolute miracle. Really easy to make. The cake is moist, and of course the filling is, what can I say about buttercream frosting and strawberry jam? They're wonderful together. All right, I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for watching. And again, I will post the ingredients in the description box below, and I will also post a printable recipe over on my website, and I will post the link to the website in the description box. Okay, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.